If we are asked to graph a quadratic function by hand by finding the vertex and so forth, then we want to complete the square on that function to be able to put it into proper form. So the first thing I'm going to do is copy down my f of x function and write it so that I can prepare to complete the square. I know that I need to write my x squared term and my x term next to each other, and then I need to separate the constant term. My scratch work would be, notice there's an understood 1 in front of x squared, so I would take the value in front of x, multiply it by 1/2, and square it. 1/2 of 4 is 2. 2 squared is 4. So I will add 4 to the x squared next term, and then I will subtract 4 from the 7. Now I need to factor these three terms. So they will factor as two binomials, an x and an x. And then I know this value goes in my factorization, so a 2 and a 2. And then I want to combine these two terms. So 7 minus 4 would be positive 3. Just rewrite. I have x plus 2 squared plus 3. And then I can bring down my f of x notation. Now that you have the polynomial function in this form, it fits your form f of x equals a times x minus h squared plus k. We notice there's an understood 1 here, and so my a value is positive, which means that my graph would open up. So I know for sure that it opens up. My vertex is the ordered pair formed by h and k. We have to make sure to take the opposite of this value when we put it into the vertex, and we have to make sure to keep this value. So the vertex would be -2, 3. Because the graph opens up, we know that there would be a minimum value, and the minimum value would be at y equals the value that I see here, so that would be 3. We also know that there would be an axis of symmetry at x equals this value. So having our function in this particular form helps us describe what the graph will look like. Now that we have our description, we can go and sketch our graph. What I would do first is sketch the vertex. So I would go 2 to the left, 1, 2, 3 up. We know that our graph opens up, so just sketch you a parabola opening upward. And then I would also just sketch the axis of symmetry, which in this case is x equals -2.